Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, November 12. On this date in 1965, Mad Dog Vachon defeated the Crusher to win the AWA World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 2001, Edge defeated Kurt Angle to win the WCW United States Championship on Monday Night Raw in Boston, Massachusetts. On this date in 1966, Dick the Bruiser defeated Mad Dog Vachon to win the AWA World Heavyweight Championship. Vachon had held the belt for exactly 1 year. This has been Today in Wrestling History, November 12.
Hi, this is Jim Cornette, and you're listening to Pro Wrestling Weekly with Ferran Derry on 1490 WBCB.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Ferran Derry here with you. We're here until 12:45 today as we've got high school football that starts at around that time. So we'll be taking you to that. Got more of your thoughts and phone calls and things of that nature. Today in wrestling history, a little bit of an AWA focus. Kind of interesting how the title was held for exactly 1 year from 1965 to 1966. Some interesting stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back to the phones. Let's take a look at the local scene, courtesy of Ed from the Northeast. Ed, what's going on?
We got a Super Saturday doubleheader at the ECW Arena tonight, starting at 5 p.m.
Super Saturday doubleheader. I am intrigued.
Yeah,
What do you?
Dragon Gate and CCW.
Dragon Gate and CZW, a combined doubleheader super show type deal?
No, it's two separate shows.
Oh, two separate shows. Hence the doubleheader. That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Sabu's on the card and Tommy Dreamer.
Sabu and Tommy Dreamer, a bit of a hardcore homecoming for the two of them.
Yes, and Chikara tomorrow in Philly.
Chikara,
4 p.m.
That's 4 p.m. Same building.
Yes.
Wow, they are definitely using it up. Three shows in about a 24-hour span, all down at the arena this weekend. Dragon Gate USA, Combat Zone Wrestling, and Chikara, all down at the arena. And that starts. The first two are at 5 o'clock this afternoon, and then the other is at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, right?
Yes. And DWF Logo, Night of Legends in Pennsauken tonight.
Yes, I've actually gotten quite a bit of Facebook feedback on that, and actually one of those individuals we'll be talking to in a little bit. But yeah, that's going to be an outdoor show, right?
I think so.
Alrighty, I'm sorry. What else was going on, Ed?
And a moment of silence for a great boxing legend, Joe Frazier.
Yes, absolutely. Joe Frazier passing away this past over the course of this past week. It's been an eventful week, and a lot of things have kind of flown under the radar, and that certainly being one of them. My condolences, obviously, going out to one of Philly's finest, Smokin' Joe Frazier.
That's about it.
All right,
the Chikara show was a Toys for Tots event.
Ah, okay. Yeah, there we go. Get the. It's amazing how the holidays are just rolling on by, but yeah, Toys for Tots, definitely. There you go. If you go to the Chikara show tomorrow, make sure to bring a toy for the tot. We also have a lot of stuff that we do here with Toys for Tots. Listen to the BCB programming. You'll know where Paul, our boss, the Big Kahuna, he'll be on the road collecting toys for the holiday season as part of the Toys for Tots as well. Thanks so much for the call, Ed. Greatly appreciated as always. And Ed mentioned the DWF show that's going on tonight, and I have a hunch we're going to hear a little bit more about that from our next caller here, who we haven't heard from in quite a while. Not exactly sure why that is. The one, the only, the infamous Rat Boy.
Hey, I'm just calling up for the DWF free show tonight, outside.
An outdoor show.
Outdoor show. It's a free show. Johnny Rod's going to be there. We got Nikolai Volkov going to be there. Telling you, all these legends are going to be right there outside that building tonight.
Wrestling in the cold?
They got some minor stuff happen inside the building. They can't have it in the building. They're going to have it outside. for free.
Outside for free. Very interesting. And of
I will
course,
be there because I'll be jumping back in the ring to honor the new champion of the DWF.
you didn't learn your lesson from last time?
Well, you know what it is that they asked me to just jump in the ring to give him the belt. That's it.
Okay, don't be taking any more bumps now. I don't think you're, I don't know if that collarbone of yours can take it.
What it is that my collarbone is you know, it's working out. You know, I'm moving my arm now. It's out of the sling. You know, I just called up to tell you about the DWF show tonight.
Very good. And that's, of course, tonight. That's a 6:30 start time, right? 6:30 start time over at 2301 Haddonfield Road over in Pennsauken.
Yep, and everybody come in and get my autograph, too.
Wow, you got to laugh at a Wild Bill Melody from that one. Good
Really?
job. Yeah. Wild Bill Melody is laughing about that. Go figure.
Tell Wild Bill Miller play some of that wild country music.
Oh, he'll have that after the football game a little bit later. He'll definitely have that.
I'll be tuning in down there somewhere.
That sounds like a plan.
Okay, well, let me get going because I got to get ready.
There you go. All right. So, best of luck, Rat Boy, with the show tonight. Try not to get injured yet again.
I'm not.
Very, very well done.
I'm taking over the whole show.
Okay. Taking over give it a matter of time, right? Only a matter of time.
Yep.
Right. Thanks so much for the call, Rat Boy. Greatly appreciate it. All right. Let's. It's amazing. The last few minutes, the calls just come in rapid fire. It's insane. Let's go to Ron. Ron, welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly.
How you doing this week?
Good.
I haven't noticed a lot of wrestlers passed away this week.
Noticed a lot of what?
Wrestlers that passed away this week.
Yeah, I mean, there have been a lot of, let's just say, health issues in general. Obviously, I mean, the one that jumps out, at least for some of the more seasoned wrestling fans, we'll go with that. I don't want to necessarily use the O word, but Killer Carl Cox passing away at the age of 80 this past Thursday. Suffered a heart attack last month and had been in poor health ever since. Jim Ross, good old JR, he remembered Killer Carl Cox. Labeled him an awesome wrestler and wrote that his matches with Dick Murdoch were textbook classics.
Yeah, and I noticed that Edward Carpenter, or whatever his brother's name is, passed away. And a few of the independent circuit ones noticed that one in particular was in a wrestling waiting for his opponent. Had a heart attack in the ring waiting for his opponent.
Huh.
I was like, I saw this on the internet. I said, you know, they're young. They're either dying from older age, or they're younger wrestlers that just come out.
Yeah, they're doing something to their hearts there, and you're starting to see that a little bit. I mean, obviously Barry Windham's issues. We talked a little bit about that last week when we first heard about it. Since then, Windham's father, who you might remember as Blackjack Mulligan from the tag team, the Blackjacks, he spoke with the Charleston Post and Courier regarding those medical issues. He said that he did have a heart attack. The heart procedure went all right. The doctor said there was minimal damage and he was going to be okay. They don't know about the stroke damage, though. He obviously had some sort of seizure, some type of stroke, but doesn't have full control. It's going to be a long deal. Mulligan said it was a very close call. We almost lost him. So,
wow, that was one I missed.
Yeah, a heart attack and a stroke for Barry Windham.
Wow.
And Mulligan also revealed, and this is a good show from WWE, WWE is helping with the medical costs. Mulligan said Triple H approved the whole funding. A big black Cadillac limo pulled up to the hospital. A chauffeur got out, and 2 doctors put Windham in the back of an ambulance and whisked him off. He's at a top-flight medical center where they're taking care of all his problems and being ministered to physically and spiritually. So,
how old is he?
Mulligan or Barry Windham?
Barry Windham.
Oh man, I'd probably put him at this point. It's his early 50s, I think. I'll get the exact number for you in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
That one I don't have quite off the top of my head.
I mean, I was reading all these the guys who passed away, and I said, boy, some of them I remember, some of them I don't remember. And some of them were independent circuits that wrestle for Combat Wrestling Zone. I think, was it Trent Acid one of them? Or is that wrong?
The Trent. Well, yeah, Trent Acid. Actually, I think it was about a year ago that he had passed away, actually, or somewhere thereabouts.
I got to talk to him when Eric had him on the air. He one time put him on the air, and I got a chance to talk to him.
To answer your question, Barry Windham, 51 years old.
51. He's younger. He's younger than me. Just a little bit.
Yeah, not quite, not a little older than I am, but not by a whole heck of a lot. Anyway, thanks for the call, Ron. We got to get rolling. We've only got a couple minutes left here. It's amazing how quickly the time flies when things are cut even shorter. I still have to get to my Turning Point predictions too, but first we'll get to Craig, who's been waiting patiently. Craig, welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Hello. How is your day today?
What's going on? What's on your mind?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know about wrestling. Dude, like when they when one of the wrestlers hits someone with the chair, is that like really do they get like something like to pop a blood vessel in their forehead or some area that thinks that they're bleeding, that they really got hit by the chair, or did they? Is that like really true that they really got hit and they started bleeding?
Well, I was going to say, in a lot of cases, it depends on the type of chair, but, sometimes they have some jagged edges to them, and that, sometimes that hits on the right spot on the forehead. Plus, the forehead especially, the head, since most of the blood tends to flow there, obviously, to help the brain function and whatnot. That's why even the slightest, tiny cut can all of a sudden make a whole bunch of blood flow. And I think... I don't know. I guess WWE at this point, they've gotten specially designed chairs to kind of minimize the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, because on sometimes actually I've seen like this wrestling movie, and then there's like this dude that gets something to pop a blood vessel in his forehead to make him think that he's bleeding or something. Oh, like a razor, like a little razor or something to cut the blood vessel.
Yeah, it's called blading, and it's something that's not as often done as it certainly used to be. But yeah, I mean, so it's almost like a sleight of hand, like a magician type thing, where they'd have like a little mini razor kind of tucked away, maybe in like a wristband or something like that. And after getting hit in the head with a chair, they'll just kind of cover their face, quick sleight of hand, pull it out, kind of put a little incision on the forehead, and slip the razor back in before anybody notices. And next thing you know, it looks like they've got a mask of crimson.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, no problem, Craig. Greatly appreciate it. All right, we've got a couple of minutes left. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Turning Point pay-per-view for tomorrow. Things obviously a little bit abbreviated. We've got 9 matches set up on the card. You've got a mixed 6-person tag team match where the TNA tag titles are on the line. Mexican America and Sarita against Inc. and Toxin. I think Mexican America hangs on for yet another month. Not that I necessarily want them to, so hopefully predictions starting to go wrong. Inc. will take it, and well, maybe they'll get some more tag teams in to let them, branch off into different feuds. Velvet Sky against Gail Kim for the Knockouts championship. I've got Sky winning that one. Rob Van Dam against Christopher Daniels in a no disqualification match. I think Daniels is going to take that one. I think Crimson will stay undefeated or continue with that undefeated streak, beating Matt Morgan in their one-on-one match. An interesting tag match, Mr. Anderson and Abyss against Bully Ray and Scott Steiner. I think that the big bad bullies are going to take that one. And feel free, TNA, to use that for a tag team name if you so choose. Eric Young defending the television title against Robbie E. I think Robbie E is going to take it. I mean, Eric Young is, Eric Young's probably gone about as far as he can with the comedy, and I don't know. Knowing Robbie E from the local circuit here, I guess I'm rooting for success when it comes to television in general, or in the wrestling world. So hopefully this will be a launching pad to maybe legitimizing the television title as opposed to it being a prop comedy belt. Austin Aries against Jesse Sorensen and Kid Cash in a three-way match for the X Division title. I think Aries is going to hang on to it, keep building that prestige of the X Division title. Jeff Hardy against Jeff Jarrett. I think Hardy's going to win, and then Jarrett will probably beat him down afterward, and that'll continue that feud for another month, heading into final resolution. And Bobby Roode against AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight title. I think Roode's going to retain, although hard to say whether or not AJ Styles will wrestle in that, because one of the bits and pieces from the news and notes, AJ Styles noted that he has a grade 2 high ankle sprain. He posted a picture of his injured ankle via his Twitter page. And it's not looking good. He's been staying off of it. Hard to say, though, as to whether he'll be medically cleared to wrestle for the World Heavyweight title for Turning Point tomorrow night. Another bit of news, at least as far as ankle injuries, Christian over with SmackDown. He suffered an apparent ankle injury at the live event in Brussels, Belgium this past Wednesday during a match against Sheamus, and he has been pulled from the remaining international dates. Hopefully he'll be back up to snuff over here in the States. And Kurt Angle, finally, was issued a $1,500 fine for his November 8th arrest in Warren County, Virginia. Originally charged with a DUI, but the charge was lowered to reckless driving. Actually, not November. It was excuse me. That was about a month ago, that arrest. Because the second breathalyzer test determined that he was below the legal limit, so then Angle was charged with reckless driving as opposed to a DUI. That's going to do it for me. We'll be back next week with a full look at Survivor Series. 25 years in the history books, or at least, 25 years of Survivor Series, plus we'll look in depth at this one as well. It'll be a Survivor Series edition of Pro Wrestling Weekly. Stay tuned now for high school football here on 1490 WBCB.
This is your station for Phillies baseball and Eagles football on 1490 WBCB, Levittown, Fairless Hills, Trenton.